So just like last year, you've come out of the gate with the triple threat. You know, you've got the double country album, Brothers of the 4x4, and you've got this hardcore horror punk rock record, A Fiendish Threat.
Yeah.
Now, why is it that you put out like 3 releases on the same day like you did last year?
It's just trying to be different, man. Going against the grain. It's a time to give. In my eyes, it's been a time to give while everybody's out there kind of hurting right now. So that's my way of giving back and just putting it out there. And got to do it while I can. I got the rest of my life to only make 1 record or only play an hour and all that stuff. So that's why I'm kind of doing the multi-releases and catching up on lost time.
And only playing an hour. Speaking of only playing an hour, you're playing. There's no opening band for Hank3. You're playing 3-hour sets.
3 to 4.5 hours a night. It depends. Most of the time we have to deal with curfews and all that. Some bars are open from 8 to 2 a.m. and some are only open 8 to midnight. But it does vary. It's a long show. You got the country for the first hour and a half to 2 hours. Sometimes the Hellbilly or the kind of punk sound, and then we go off into the doom, attention deficit domination, and then 3-bar ranch.
Is there kind of an approach that you do to that? I know you've said to many people that it's one process. It's not like, okay, here's the country, here's the punk, here's the doom. It's one kind of stream of consciousness.
Yeah, it's a lot of focus, man. I'm always just trying to get the voice. That's the hardest thing, is keeping the voice day after day after day, going through the motions, trying to give the same energy night after night, man. So it's got a lot of highs and lows to it, but that's, sometimes I start off with 1,000 people and only end up with 50 at the end of the night, but, that's how it is, man.
I don't think that's going to happen today.
They still get the same performance, and that's kind of what keeps it real or keeps it punk rock or whatever. Not everybody's coming out just to see the country and all that.
Right on. You're like master of all, I survey, with these releases. You mixed, mastered, produced. You record this at your home studio.
Yeah, man.
Do your own distribution.
Well, I work with a distribution company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's your own label, though, right?
Own label, working with Megaforce on the distribution. So that's been good for us, man. It's it's always a learning process. And I don't care how long you do it. There's always something you pick up every time you tour, or every time you make a record or release a record. It's just one of those things, man. So we're out here hanging in there.
And I was told also, we were told by the tour manager, that when you guys pull into town, you're doing load-in with everyone. You're just hands-on with everything.
Pretty much for right now, man. It's a lot of gear. It helps the morale of the crew, and having a guitar tech understanding my whole setup is one of those things. Almost every time I go out, I have a new crew person. So I have to be kind of on deck a lot with the guys. But, one day I might just play my acoustic and have a 5-minute sound check and walk out there and all that. But usually, we're pulling 6 to 7 hours before we take the stage.
So a lot of amps we saw.
Yeah, a lot of amps, but we're not trying to be super loud. We're just trying to push air and create some different tones. And as you see the show, it's a lot of different moods, man. I'm not that's all I can say. It's a lot of different moods, a lot of different energies, a lot of different feelings.
You want to tell us about how many instruments did you play on all the records?
Mainly just drums, acoustic, keys. There might be a couple little banjo things here and there, but I have some of the other guys come in and do the super picking, like Johnny Highland or Billy Contreras, taking it to the next level on the fiddle. And some of those guys don't get to come out on the road. I only get to see them during recording time.
Yeah, we're going to ask you about some of the players. You just got some A-list folks on there. So, who are some of the other players on there?
You got Andy Gibson on the stand-up steel, Daniel Mason on the banjo, Johnny Highland, Billy Contreras, David McElfresh, Zach Shedd played stand-up bass, and I think that's Tim Carter played on one song. I'm pretty sure that's the most of it on the country record.
On A Fiendish Threat, who were some of the influences that people might hear on it, or the influences that kind of spurred you to create this release?
Well, I wanted it to be a throwback record, and if it was going to be compared to something, I wanted it to be compared to them opposed to this guy. So that was the main reason it was called A Fiendish Threat. That's the main reason it has the Misfits, Minor Threat, sometimes Ramones, Violent Femmes, Jane's Addiction every now and then, all kinds of little different voicings throughout the record. So that was a purposeful throwback record. A lot of hats off to 7 Seconds for their work that they let us do on one of the songs. So it's it was a good feeling record. Kind of imagine like a skateboarder having a really bad wreck and having to rebuild himself was the main theme on that record.
It sounds like our cameraman.
I hear you, man.
Did you were you in touch with Kevin Seconds at all?
We all talked. I basically had to get permission, and was like, dude, I can't do this without y'all's blessings. So all of them were very, they were very great to work with, and a huge influence.
He's a big fan. He's a friend of Blank. We were very fortunate to have him come to Eddie Sunset's house and do a porch session for us.
Cool, man.
We would love to have you do that next time you're in town. We would like to plan that ahead of time, because it just popped into my head, and I'm going to get in trouble with the CEO of BlankTV right now, because he goes like, you should have planned this 2 weeks ago. So maybe next time you're in Portland, we can have Hank3 do one of the BlankTV porch sessions. That would be phenomenal.
We're always trying. It's always different. I tell everybody it's a day-by-day thing with me, man.
Yeah, we know that. We understand that. The cover of Brothers of the 4x4.
Yeah.
That vehicle, was that a stage shot, or was that really your ride?
That's when we all hooked up and did a video and had just a party in a field, man. So that's a real shot from back in the day when we were hanging out, and we were making a video. So that's just kind of a theme where I grew up. Those kind of trucks are just, you see them everywhere. It's just one of those things, man.
That's your ride.
Yeah, man. That's people around town see it. We do shows out of it. It's a working vehicle aside from a conversation piece. Man. So.
Right on. Tell us about the vinyl on the two new releases.
Okay, if anybody wants to get vinyl, Hank3.com is usually the best place to get it. Just HANK3.com, and that's for the country stuff or the doom or any of that. So that's kind of where it is for those out there who are looking.
Okay, awesome, good to know. The biography, there is a kind of a recent biography.
All right.
And it was written by Randy from Lamb of God.
No doubt, man.
Oh, so are you guys buddies?
We've been friends a long time. It's been awesome to watch his career, go through all the changes, and we've just by chance been around each other in a lot of different areas of our life. So he's been a good friend, and it was an honor to have a fellow musician write a bio opposed to just a writer. And he did a great job on it. So
that's really cool.
We were definitely stoked to have it. It's just one of those things, man.
Great, fantastic. Well, we're excited for the show. We're glad that we finally got to happen upon you.
All right.
Thanks for the songs, and get here early, because it's going to be 3 hours plus, and it's just going to be an awesome night. People are very excited.
Thank
you so much, man.
You got it. Anytime.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Brothers, 4x4.